So there's many reasons why a person might play an MMORPG. Is it for the social aspect? Maybe the combat? Maybe the crafting? Maybe it's the world and the lore? Today I'm going to talk about why I play MMORPGs. So I started playing MMORPGs way back in the year around 2003, and the first game that I played was RuneScape. Old school RuneScape as you know it today. The game was super fresh to me and my friends. We would get home after school and play it every single day. And one thing that I was really excited about in that game was being able to play with my friends wherever in that world and having just like open progression and not really having a set path or anything. So for me, I would say right away from the get-go, it definitely is a social thing. For many people, I would say it's a social thing. People look to escape to a game world with people with like-minded mindsets that want to tackle content that they also enjoy. This is especially prevalent in groups that play together through different MMOs in different guilds. You see guilds move from different games with large groups of players just because they want to keep that social group intact. How many new MMOs have you seen come out with guilds saying, oh, my guild wants to try this game, is that any good? Or thinking of my guild trying this. Or when a game comes out and fails, how many people say that their guild already quit? It's a major aspect of the game, taking a big social group with you. You have friends that you can make in any new game, and you also have friends that you bring with you from old ones, and you have friends that you'll carry on for the rest of your life, probably, that you meet in MMORPGs. People even start marriages and families because of these things. Social aspects of MMORPGs are one of the top reasons why I play, and I cannot say that any MMORPG is truly an MMORPG without a heavy aspect of social gameplay on it. If it's just an open world that funnels players into certain aspects of the game, World of Warcraft, I really think that the social element kind of fades away. When you don't have to interact with players at all, when there's no reason to, or you can do everything with a click of a button without having to need help from anyone else, why would you bother? And that's not why people play MMOs. If you're gonna do that, why wouldn't you just play a solo MMO or solo RPG, solo experience, instead of doing the MMO part of it? I get that it's alienating a player base, but social aspects are one of the top things of an MMORPG. Another huge aspect of playing MMORPGs, for me anyway, is the combat. If I don't like the combat in an MMO that I'm playing, chances are that I'm not going to stick around for very long. If you have to do the same combat for hours upon hours upon hours of that of which an MMO requires of you, you're going to suffer and it's not going to be fun for you at all. So I would say the main focus that people should do when making an MMO is on the combat. The combat allows you to play the game in a way that is fun, even if certain things in your game are not. For example, if you have certain trial type dungeon content that might be a breeze to play through, and there's bosses that just don't hit hard, it's not very difficult, that could be made fun by having a fun combat system. There's certain games that I have played that are like that, where certain content has been pretty easy, but you don't really care because you're able to just grind away with the fun combat. Black Desert Online is a perfect example for this. How many people play that game alone and are perfectly content with just grinding mobs for hours on end because the combat is just so good in that game? It's really one of the top things that I look for in an MMO, and it's something that should not be on the back burner. It should always be on the forefront of development, and keep in mind that it has to be fun as well. Because like I said, if people are going to spend thousands of hours in your game, they're not going to want to do it playing something that isn't fun. And the last thing that I'd like to go over on why I play MMORPGs is the living world. The world changes as you grow with it, or if you don't. And what I mean by this is if you create a character, and your character, you start playing it for a little while, and maybe you take a break or quit even, that world is still going to keep going on with or without you. And now there's also expansions and stuff that the developers can introduce into that game to further flourish that world and expand on it even more. And you might return to the game years down the line and be like, wow, this looks completely different from what I remember. That's something that I think is truly special about MMOs, is that the developers can literally create another world for people to go to and explore and develop on that world and reiterate upon that world and change things in that world to how they seem fit and progress that world along just like an everyday Earth. It's really awesome to see, and I love when developers take time and pride in doing the lore and building of their world. It's really something great to see, and also just enhances the MMO experience a lot. So, what do you think? Are these some of your favorite reasons for playing MMORPGs? They're definitely my top 3. Why don't you let me know what your reasons for playing MMORPGs are below in the comments, and I'll see you next time. Be sure to like, comment, and subscribe, everyone, and stay tuned for more content. Thank you for watching.